You can start it without me.
Yep. So welcome everyone to the Sarcasm and Liberty live stream. My name is Amos Joseph. I'm actually the guest host today. I'm the host of the Shitlord Preachers podcast. But I'm joined today by a couple of people. Joined by Jason, the other side of Sarcasm and Liberty, to Josh, basically Josh's brother. He is
basically Josh's brother.
Well, they are. So he'll be back here in a minute or two here. But we've got Michael Leoncello, the meme lord of Sarcasm and Liberty, and then we've got Justine, who, crap, I forgot what you go by on Twitter.
It's X, added up X.
Okay, there we go. So it's kind of a we talked about a couple things we want to go through, but we'll see where things go. We definitely want to talk about today about Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's how her bill, her new Green New Deal, failed in the Senate, 0 to 57, and then her response, her excuses, and then we'll talk about, of course, the representative from the great state of my state, Minnesota, Ilhan Omar, and her shady as fuck comments and dealings with me. I love my state. I had Michelle Bachmann. I have Ilhan Omar. I had Jesse Ventura. I had Al Franken, and then of course now we have Amy Klobuchar as well. So
I lived there. I lived in Minnesota when Jesse Ventura was elected. I wasn't a voter. I was just going to college, but I remember when that happened. Everybody had my governor can beat up your governor.
So yeah, I mean, it was actually funny. I was watching a bunch of the old WrestleManias, and there was one where Jesse Ventura comes out, and Trump is in the audience, and he basically pulls Trump out of the audience and basically asks him to endorse him for president, which I'm not sure if he ended up running or not, but it was kind of a funny ordeal. It was like, we need a wrestler in the White House, and sure enough, he made it in, not Jesse.
Yeah. But anyway, so everyone's heard plenty about I've heard so many funny names about her. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
That was
all sorts of, we've all talked about her to death in general, but her Green New Deal went on the Senate floor and was voted 0, 57, 57, 0, however. Anyways, it lost big time.
Yeah.
Basically, what I think most of the Republicans and a handful of Democrats voted no, and then the rest voted present, which is the 0. So that's why it doesn't add up to a perfect 100. And funny thing, Michael Leoncello made this observation that Mike Lee, in his impeccable performance in the floor of the Senate, with the memes,
classic.
Yeah, because I'm known as the resident meme lord of Sarcasm and Liberty, and now Mike Lee is the resident meme lord of the Senate.
Yeah, really. And then, can we talk about how, when there was fallout from that she threw a staffer against under the bus,
the bus, yeah.
She just straight up threw him under the bus, and it's like,
so she felt the bill. Yeah, the bill wasn't passed, so it's just dead. It dies in the Senate.
Nobody cared.
Nobody cared. 50 to $90 trillion over the next 10 years or something. Because the world's going to end in 12 years, guys.
Oh, yeah.
We haven't heard that one before.
Al Gore made that prediction 12 years ago.
Yeah.
The cow farts are going to kill us all. Less cows, don't eat me. That was in there, I'm pretty sure. I'm
Is
serious.
that what that is really about? We just need a female Al Gore to laugh at for a couple of years.
Yeah.
See, we didn't laugh at Al Gore quite as much.
I wasn't
We
laughing.
didn't have the internet either.
Well, has AOC been
Until
on
he
South Park
invented
yet?
it.
Yeah, right.
Oh, wait till
Well, one
AOC
thing-
makes it on the South Park. Jeez.
I haven't seen recent episodes, but once she makes that, she's made it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
rooting
You
for
never,
her.
they
I'm rooting
might
for
not
her.
give her the satisfaction though.
Oh, they will.
Like-
Absolutely.
Gore was kind of like, in terms of the virtue signaling, I think he was pretty light compared to how she is, because she's like in the news every day, whereas he was like a slower process. He said some dumb things, but I think then again, because of the internet, he wasn't quite as viral as she is.
But without Al Gore, we wouldn't have the internet. So
Yeah, right.
Who knew?
And times have changed. Like what was crazy 10 years ago isn't crazy now.
Yeah, as Justine said, is it Justine or just there's so many pronunciations for girls' names, I tell you.
How else are you gonna pronounce Justine? Justina?
Justin?
Yeah, well, Justina. You see here.
People call me Justin all the time. I'm like, learn to fucking read.
So, she, as Justine was saying, she threw a staffer under the bus, saying that some staffer who was probably having the worst day on the job ever submitted the working draft of the Green New Deal and not the final draft. That's why it died. Which tells me, I don't know, are they going to like take it and edit it a little bit to make it more palpable and watch it die in the Senate again?
I honestly, they may try to in a different package, but I honestly think that it was just really shitty of her to throw a staffer underneath the bus, because at the end of the day, it's her responsibility to make sure her staffers have the right stuff. Everything's going to plan. You can't just blame that on other people.
If you're willing to throw someone under the bus, if you're going to throw someone under the bus and you can't handle your staffers, how can you have any chance at any higher office?
You gotta be you gotta cut her some slack. She was
a bartender.
As a taco
A
joint.
bartender who can live in New York but can't afford to live in DC.
Yeah.
She didn't have in DC.
Otter.
The best part is like her supporters will harp about like, oh, leave her alone for the bartending thing, and it's like, well, she mentions it every time she opens her mouth.
Bernie Sanders was a couch surfer until his 40s.
Until his 40s? Seriously?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So was Marx in some ways. Marx was one of the worst factory workers, according to his.
Yeah, all these people, all these
all the same.
All these like socialists that want to like reinvent society in a way that like their life would be easier. They're all a bunch of lazy fucking bastards that don't work.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I not? I don't know what the policy is about.
It's like when the white people made the 3-point line in basketball. It's like, this isn't fair. We need an edge.
No, Jason, it's the Josh and Jason rule. As the two faces of sarcasm and liberty, you can swear as much as you want.
Okay. I didn't know that was the thing, but
I thought it was just when Mike isn't
like
posting, we're good.
Which one's the one that runs the Twitter account?
That's my brother.
Josh.
Josh does.
Josh? I like Josh. Josh has done cool things for me.
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
Socialists are always under the impression they're going to have their own personal angles to be their benefactor. I think that's the right name.
Yeah.
The one that Marx lived with in London or wherever it was for years.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah,
Engel.
Frederick Engels. Yeah, Frederick Engels.
I don't know. Like, I know this is going to get off topic, but I don't understand how we're going to ever like fight the commies if all the ANCAPs and libertarians are constantly infighting and virtue signaling.
So what we got to do is just buy some helicopters.
Yeah.
Get them going. No. It's more so just as a general thing. I think just the unfortunate fact is Trump made that stand at his State of the Union saying socialism will never have a place in the U.S.
Except it already does, but you know,
it kind of no, it does in a lot of ways. But we're by no means a socialist country. By you know, we granted their country's more free than us that people consider socialists, but the in terms of seizing the means of production, I haven't seen. I mean, I've seen we definitely have public and private sectors in certain industries, but it's not anywhere near full-blown seizing.
Yeah,
usually, man,
any government now is going to be like at least a little bit socialist just from the taxation system if it goes by income.
Having some social programs.
That's in one
isn't
way.
Right now, aren't we geared more towards consumerism than production, which is a bad thing?
Could be.
It's more service than actually production, if you know that's what you're talking about.
Service industry. Our producers are overseas.
So basically we're circulating the same cash flow because all we're doing is serving each other and not making anything.
But that's going to end real soon. Like automation is going to wipe that out within a generation.
Get those bags.
Yeah. Right.
For you.
I heard he was at a libertarian convention today actually. So he's been
making appearances at them, and a lot of them have been both ironically and unironically supporting him. But
supporting who?
Andrew
Yang.
Yang.
Tell now.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
That commie traitor.
But that $1,000 a month, man. I mean, come on.
The question is how long will it be before we receive our $1,000? And when we receive our $1,000, how soon will inflation begin to skyrocket? Because I need to figure out how far I'm going to be able to spend that $1,000 on supplies, and ammo, and
out in the middle of nowhere, you sound like crap.
I can hear him just fine.
You can?
Yeah. Anyways,
it depends on my microphone. But yeah,
the inflation is going to be almost immediate.
Mm-hmm.
Once the first check gets mailed out to everyone, and then it's just going to go up and up and up from there. Like companies that are going to be putting money into finding out what demographic is going to be utilizing that the most. They're going to market to them that much stronger as soon as those checks come through.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, these people have $1,000 extra, so we're going to make more stuff that they're willing to buy, but we're going to slightly raise the prices because they can afford it now.
So because I'm part of a demographic that isn't the target demographic of the maximum utility of raising prices, I'll be okay right at first.
At first, I mean, it's still going to affect. They're still going to raise prices in general. Like, if you had $12,000 extra a year, what are you going to buy? Probably a car, probably like more toys, electronics, stuff like that, accessories for your electronics, like, or they might even do something with guns. You never know. Companies will put like a 10 or 20% raise of price on guns and ammo, and people are going to be willing to pay for it.
Oh yeah.
I think that's a big part of his.
What's that? Otter, what'd you say?
I said we're looking at you cheaper than dirt.
Yeah, it's
True
just
gun nerds will appreciate that comment.
I
forget where I was reading that, but I think is a big part of Yang's platform, where it's like every time there's a shooting, he's gonna have the gun industry, some kind of company pay for the damages and have that add into his little government program there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So with that, he's actually gonna enhance crime because basically, the more crime there is, the more money you're gonna get.
Right. But let's not forget. What's that?
Oh, wait, did I hear that right? He's going to charge more
Well, basically, if there's like a shooting, just say, he's going to charge the company that made the gun and, basically go out to the businesses that allowed it to happen. And, through that, it's basically sending a mixed signal. It's basically saying, the more crime there is, the more money that's going to be funneled away from these guys and into our system.
Okay, so full-on Kathy Newman moment here. So what you're saying is that it's in the best interest of all of the gun and ammo manufacturers to have an Ancapistan world where they sweep through the 10 highest gun crime areas with their own private militias and remove the malefactors causing the problem.
Yes.
Pretty much.
To save their own profit margins.
Right.
Chicago, St. Louis.
Yeah.
LA. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Let's not forget his.
All jokes aside, that's a pretty troubling little stance he has for a lot of reasons.
Is that going to extend to wars that we start where we have to sweep through DC now? That's where it's
probably not.
I'm probably going to get raided tomorrow, so it's been nice.
So I wanted to slip this in definitely before we get into other topics, but since we're talking about Cortez, and there was a talk about Tulsi Gabbard in our discussions about the topic.
Wait, don't you know that calling her Cortez is trying to make her more Hispanic, and it's racist, except she doesn't know Ocasio sounds Spanish as fuck. Anyway, continue.
No, it's funny. So what was it? Why are so many people attracted to Tulsi Gabbard and Ocasio-Cortez? Although they are what they are, we'll just say that. I'm not going to go too much in depth because, I mean, granted,
they're a bunch of quills.
Anti-war.
Well, yeah, Gabbard everyone likes is because she's anti-war. Libertarians libertarians are kind of liking Gabbard because she's anti-war.
Out of all those people, I would take her. I would take Gabbard.
$15 an hour minimum wage and Medicare for all. I looked her up.
Okay, hang on. She is. I think the most concise way to put it is, and let's just table all policies all around. Tulsi Gabbard is the adult in the room, regardless of what you think of the policy platform. She seems at least sane, regardless of when you set aside all of their policy platforms, just the way they conduct themselves. We can agree that Tulsi has bad ideas across the spectrum. However, she presents them in a way that doesn't make her sound like a batshit lip chick.
She put out a video immediately saying, like, now that we know, there is no collusion, we need to move on to more important issues like this election that's coming up.
That was well, all the way up until that election, that's really not the most important issue. I liked that. I liked that video that she did. I was like,
and Tulsi,
what the fuck? I like Tulsi Gabbard now.
Sorry, just I thought you were finished there. And Tulsi's she's the one from Hawaii, right?
Right.
I don't know.
I think her biggest problem is really going to be that because she's from Hawaii, she's going to be looked at as too detached from the rest of America. I don't know if anyone else would have that opinion too.
Possible. I mean, the fact that she
look at
candidate.
Look at what's her name from Alaska, the vice president candidate there.
Oh yeah.
And it's like I think a lot of people just looked at her like she's all the way up there. No.
Tina Fey. Wasn't it? Yeah, the fact that she's the most sane Democratic candidate so far.
It's scary.
Huh?
It's scary that she's the most sane, given some of her.
What's going to happen is the Democrats are going to see that and they're going to try to like tear her down somehow. Like,
if they were smart, they would be grooming her for 2024. They would allow the circus to happen in 2020. Allow her to come out as after, just have her not even run in 2020. Just be on the sidelines, being the sane one. Again, tabling policies, but looking like the one that has her shit together, and then in 2024, then run her and come out looking like they had rebuilt themselves when in reality they just had an ace in the hole.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. The 2016 election for the Democrats, how many candidates were there at this time in the election cycle? That
2016, they only had 2016. They only had 3 or 4.
It was Lindsey Graham.
Oh, Republican.
No, I'm saying sorry, Democrats. Lindsey Graham.
Democrats. The Democrats only had like 3 or 4.
Yeah, Lindsey Graham, Bernie Sanders.
Lindsey Graham's a Republican senator.
West. The military guy.
Yeah, Jim Webb.
Jim Webb.
Yeah.
Webb. Lincoln Chafee and then the other guy. They had like 5 or 6.
Was Tim Kaine in that, or was he just tapped?
No, he just was picked for VP.
Okay, because as I recall, it was 4. I can't remember. Lincoln Chafee, like Jim Webb, and then
Lincoln Chafee, Lawrence Lessig or something, Martin O'Malley, Bernie Sanders.
O'Malley was the one I couldn't remember.
And Jim Webb.
Right. Okay, so we got 5 or 6.
That's what I said.
Yeah, there was like 20 on the Republican side.
The only reason I even know that is because I just watched the SNL skits of the Republican and Democratic debates, and so I actually remembered who those people were.
That's what's interesting, though, is when if there's ever like if you want to say like a power grab, like, so if it's now we have a Republican, or at least on paper is a Republican president, you have a lot of Democrats running. And then when it's a Democrat in the presidency, there's a lot of Republicans running, especially if people don't like where things are going. It's like the meme now is all the Democrats are running. I mean,
what's the one dude that's running, the black guy, the you messed up Ron guy? He looks like that. Oh man, what's the dude's name? He's so annoying. He's the bald dude, the black guy, Democrat. He's running for president.
Here we go.
Yeah, him. Yeah.
All of the holy crap. Officially in: Kirsten Gillibrand, Beto O'Rourke, John Hickenlooper, Jay Inslee, Bernie Sanders, Amy Klobuchar, Elizabeth Warren, Cory Booker, Kamala Harris, Julian Castro, Tulsi Gabbard,
Kamala Harris. Ugh.
Oh, she's awful.
John Delaney, former Representative John Delaney, Wayne Messam, Marianne Williamson, and Andrew Yang. That's like
Marianne Williamson. Isn't she a book writer?
Yeah.
Where is she?
Marianne Wilson. She entered a race on January 28th with a speech in California.
They're also talking maybe Biden might run, I guess.
Yeah, Biden could totally run.
Maybe John Kerry again.
No,
they're really making me look bad by not running Oprah yet.
Right.
You know, that's been my calling card since last year. Like they're gonna run Oprah.
Dude,
Anything could happen. It's still early.
Yeah.
The thing about her though is she actually could win.
Yeah.
Like
and look
legitimately
running, in the Republican primaries, you got Donald Trump and Bill Weld.
That's about it.
Someone. Who is someone?
Huh?
Someone?
It says someone.
Oh, someone
I
else.
think you think of someone else.
Oh, that's you?
He goes by someone else.
On Twitter, that's my Twitter thing. Just
okay.
But yeah, it's I mean, it's going to be pretty soon here. I think you're going to probably get a couple more out of the Democrats and maybe one or two out of the Republicans, if that.
If that,
yeah. Because
Libertarian Party might run Vermin Supreme or Arvin Vora. Maybe
the
John McAfee if we're lucky. Or
sucks.
Who? Which one? Who sucks?
Oh, the Libertarian Party. I hate the Libertarian Party.
Yeah, kind of.
I mean, they put up Gary Johnson for Christ's sakes. I mean, whatever.
Hold on. Well, you got to understand. Obviously, yeah. No, you gotta understand why he's like. If the Libertarians want anyone in the White House, you need to have someone that's electable. You don't want someone like Adam Kokesh that wants to abolish the government on day one. Yeah. It's like, no, you need someone that'll like do something drastic but doable.
Right.
I mean, even abolishing the IRS was a huge deal, and that wasn't even that was considered light among libertarians.
Well, Ron Paul seemed extreme, like to the Republic when in 2012, like he was talking about cutting military budget like really significantly, and then like ending the Fed and he was saying taxation is theft and things like that in the drug war. Like
and
he was an extremist just on those things.
Yeah, but that's extreme enough. Never mind the guy that's gonna say, just Rothbard button. Like, that's my plan.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta have a little bit. You want to be like obviously different, but not like crazy.
Yeah, right. I don't know. I just think like Gary Johnson wasn't. I mean, it sounds like he did a good job in New Mexico, but he said stupid as shit. Like, where is Aleppo? If you're running for president, you might want to know where the fuck Aleppo is. Okay, not the.
Well, hey, hold on.
Yeah, that was misrepresented in the media.
Was it?
I mean,
you know what? It's like there was no excuse for him doing that, but it's like you got to realize the way that they do things to different people. It's like, you look at the way they asked him that question, and then you look to the actual debate where, Hillary and Donald Trump were, and they basically got the same question, but they got like a full like summary explanation of what they were talking about exactly before they answered it. And, never mind, they probably rehearsed it beforehand. It's like the media is gonna try and get these get-shit things with any guys that they don't like.
Yeah.
The media tends to portray libertarians as sort of the quacks really of politics. Like, oh, look at these weirdos over here. So what are they gonna do? Obviously try to misrepresent as much as possible. Like they kind of played it off cool, but hey, he's got Bill Weld, and that's kind of cool, and then just kind of push him off to the side. Like just fuck him.
And Bill Weld's basically just like, oh yeah, vote for Hillary.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so bad. Right toward the end too.
I didn't hear.
It wasn't even towards the end. It was like right in the heat of their campaign. It's like, well, if you are
was it on the heels? It was on the heels of Aleppo, though, right? It was after the Aleppo thing.
No, I think it was either before or it might have been like either way. It was like right in the heat of when they were like going for their election because they were asked a question about something, and Bill Weld basically said like, if you live in a battleground state and you have to choose the lesser of two evils, pick Hillary. it's like, what?
Yeah, because you got to keep Trump out at all costs.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh god.
He wrote this long thing about vote against Donald Trump no matter what, even if you don't vote Libertarian. Which was basically saying vote for Hillary.
And now he's running for the Republican, where it's like, didn't you just endorsed the Democratic Party last year as a Libertarian, and now you're running as the world doesn't even make sense anymore.
Yeah,
No, it doesn't.
Stupid.
Fucking
Bill Weld
retard.
doesn't. Grab your guns, Bill Weld.
Yeah, he's bad on guns too. He's bad on guns.
Yeah, he ruined my state.
Was he your governor?
My governor. Yep. Well, he was facing a lot of pressure on the gun thing, but it's like, still like he had a lot of chance to clean things up because we had a Democrat governor for a long ass time, and he just didn't do a shit. A lot of people liked him, but
Bill Weld?
It's Massachusetts.
Weld, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bill Weld.
Yeah, I never liked Bill Weld. He kind of came off as like neoconish to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he's a Massachusetts. He's a Massachusetts Republican, so that means he is already
Just
kind of
like
that half.
Romney.
Yeah, that's like already half Democrat, half Republican. Like it's
Means-
paper thin around here.
At best, he's a Clintonian. Democrat.
I mean,
Right.
think of it this way, though.
Right.
Think of it this way. So Mitt Romney, who's obviously big enough figure within the Republican Party,
Right.
said he would have endorsed Bill Weld and Johnson if Weld was the president and Johnson was the vice president. Although they were still going to be under the Libertarian banner. If that were the case and they did have like a larger turnout, that would have given them the ability to run, actually I shouldn't say run, like make it on a debate stage. I'd honestly take that if it meant even the smallest bit of change leading like in the direction of more libertarian ideals. Like, yeah, Weld said vote for Clinton. But if he followed even the smallest bit of libertarian ideas in the White House, or at least had brought that to the national stage, that's huge.
If he would have left gun laws completely alone, left them as they are, as much as we all don't like them, the way they are, and just said, I'm not going to agree to a single dollar of debt. We're paying as we go. Screw it. It'd have been like, all right. I mean, Gary Johnson was still a protest vote. I voted for Johnson under duress. When he got the nomination, I was all like, sweet, this is great. He's got a really great record and he's articulate and he can speak. And then I swear to God, he spent the next however many months torpedoing the whole thing.
Yeah.
And giving interviews while stoned with his tongue out.
Right.
I'm going to announce my candidacy that I can keep my clothes in my mouth. I vote for Otter. Being able to do that, I'm obviously qualified.
Dude, if your real name has any rhyming with Otter, you could totally run with that.
I wish it did.
Anyways, what was the other thing? So I think we didn't quite answer the question. Why does everyone like AOC and Gabbard so much purely just because they look good? Why is everyone so caught up in that?
Good.
Huh?
Ocasio-Cortez doesn't look that good. She's got nice boobs, though.
I mean, it's better than most politicians, though. You gotta admit,
Right?
Because she's young.
The fact
give her a few years, give her 20 years, she's gonna look like
she's
gonna look horrible.
Yeah, that's not really saying much. Like in comparison to all the congresswomen who are like 80
I mean,
years
just
old,
imagine, like 35 years old, and she looks somewhat close to that and runs for president. She might win on looks alone. Just kidding.
I wouldn't doubt it.
The way society is going towards idiocracy, yeah. I mean,
yeah, like honestly, like if any celebrity was in that race last year, they probably would have won. If Kanye West ran, or if MC Hammer, like anyone, like it could have been the most washed up celebrity imaginable, they would have won.
Yeah, Chuck
There
Norris.
was someone took the statement she made when she was speaking on the floor of the House after the Green New Deal just fell through. She basically was saying, we need to save the world, like her whole spiel on the Green New Deal and like why it should have gone through. Someone
and then she was
edited
like,
it.
I was a bartender at a taco joint.
Well, here's what they did.
Oh
I think
my God.
I think Steven Crowder, I think he took that clip and he edited it and he says, here, we're going to play all the clips where she was telling the truth. I was a bartender at a taco joint. I didn't get health insurance till a month ago. I don't know what we're doing here. And that was all they played.
That's so good.
That's all the truth she said. All the other stuff where she's like spouting off her rhetoric just completely cut out. It's just
she's really versed in her rhetoric, but like it really doesn't have any substance, and she doesn't.
Alexandria,
he doesn't know jack shit.
AOC is the poster child for why our education system is broken.
It's indoctrination is what education is these days.
Public education is miseducation.
I saw this thing going around. I'm not sure like where this kid's from or if he's actually running, but he said that he's running for Congress on the sole platform of yelling "herder" every time AOC speaks.
Oh yeah, that was going around. That's right. I remember that one.
If he's anywhere near me, I'll vote for him. I'll campaign for that. That'd be hilarious.
Herder.
Herder.
Now, do we have any good memes of her?
Of who? Which one?
Yeah, plenty.
So many.
Sarcasm and Liberty, full of them.
Definitely.
Memes of who? Of AOC?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we have all the AOC memes.
You remember? Remember you guys did the Utopian Caucus?
Yeah, that was my thing. Yeah,
that was so funny, and then now it's real.
yeah.
But let's see here.
The best one of her is always been Laura.
What's that?
That's the thing about nowadays. Like things that you think would be so ridiculous are now coming true. Like, did anyone see that whole the DEA was trying to hire someone to burn 1 million pounds of marijuana a day, and then they had to send out a newsletter because everyone was calling for the job. It's like I looked at that thing, one day. I was like, haha, that's some funny satire, and then I read an article later. I'm like, wait, that was actually real.
I'm telling you, it's the Onion.
Yeah.
In real life. Oh, right, that's right. Ilhan Omar, shady as man. So I saw an interview where she was approached by a reporter. Granted, reporters sometimes just basically rush a person and they're like, what? They're not prepared. But she was asked to comment on a recent bombing of Israel by Hamas. Her response was no comment.
And she's an anti-Semite.
And of course, now she's been being implicated. It's being implied that she might be an anti-Semite from some shady comments and tweets she's made in the past. The fact that she was at what is it? It's called CARE, which is
like radical Muslim.
Well, it's debatable. It depends upon who you talk to. If you talk to more right wing, they'd say they'd kind of go into their Soros mode and start talking about how everything's tied to the terrorists. But she was
actively tied to Hamas. But yeah,
yeah. But so here she is speaking at a fundraiser basically saying we need to raise hell and make people uncomfortable. She said this to Muslims because Muslims in this country are treated like second-class citizens. And
but they're not.
It's bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
sorry, but not all Muslims are terrorists, but many terrorists are Muslims. So I really wouldn't encourage.
So here's I talked about this with someone.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the video called "The Myth of the Muslim Minority"?
No.
Look up the myth on YouTube. The myth. Granted, it's a Ben Shapiro video, but it's one of those times that I really have to agree with him pretty much 100%. There were a lot of polls and studies done in sort of these huge Muslim population countries, both in the West and not in the West, where they basically interviewed like just basic things like, what do you think about, what is it? Like, should homosexuality be legal? That was like a base level question. And all the way up to, do you think it is okay if there were laws that made homosexuality illegal or punishable by like some sort of physical punishment, stuff like that? He goes really in depth in the video, but it basically, through all the statistics he used that were pulled out of these polls, it showed that no, there's no Muslim extreme minority, but there's no majority either. It's like you can safely say 40% of Muslims in the world have what we would consider socially very unacceptable views, like being pretty much okay with the fact if like Muslims were like killed as punishment.
I think the way the pleasing way you're looking to say that is they hold classically illiberal views.
Very illiberal views. Basically,
I believe that's the proper PC way to say that. Classically illiberal.
Yeah, because you really got to go watch the video and watch what like the questions they ask. But it's basically leads you to the conclusion. Yeah, of course, there's a majority of Muslims that want to like, destroy the West and kill gay people and stuff. But there are sentiments in more than we would like to admit to. There's like, because somehow, it's like every religion is equally bad when that's not entirely true.
Right.
Or equally good, which is not entirely true either.
Right. Some religions are pretty bad. I mean, like, look at like Heaven's Gate and stuff like that. I mean, like, if your religion is telling you to kill yourself, that's a bad religion. And if your religion is telling you to kill other people, that's a bad religion.
Yeah, it's like...
Hey guys, what YouTube channel is this?
No, just look the one we're on?
Yeah.
Sarcasm of Liberty. I posted the link.
As you can see, we are very prepared here. We know everything that's going on.
Well,
each other's names, what channel we're on.
Or will the link you sent out show
it's the same link. Yeah.
Okay.
Go straight to it. Yep.
Cool.
So, anyways, not all religions are created equal.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is there's not a lot of snack bars, but there's a lot of people eating at the snack bar.
You did not just go there. I could make, man, so many things. Just don't make me go there.
Go where?
All the memes, all the jokes, all the stuff that could totally get me in a lot of trouble. I'm just not gonna say that.
Yeah, don't go there. Save yourself trouble.
All the shit posting.
I shit post all the time. It's not that bad.
I hang out in a place where there's a lot of shit posters, and I'm not talking about 4chan, but yeah, I'm tangentially.
Jason and Michael here know exactly where I shit post. So.
Oh yeah. Same places that we do mostly.
Yeah. In the secret club.
Places that never see the light of day.
Yeah.
Anyways,
we're actually getting in trouble for even talking about it right now. You know.
Hey, I post in a lot of places, so that could be anywhere.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Anyways,
Is this somewhere that you're making soap as well? And
yeah. First rule.
Yeah.
The first
I mean,
rule.
it's not really that secretive. We just don't want Otter to know.
Exactly.
Don't talk about Fight Club.
We didn't say Fight Club though. We just said shit posting.
Yeah,
there are a lot of groups out there
broke the
named
rule.
shit posting.
Yeah, that is true.
But yeah, Ilhan Omar, shady as hell, with all the accusations against her, and she's not helping her case at all. She's, and yeah, they're saying because her and Cortez are these freshman congressmen, like they need to get their feet wet. So of course they're going to be complete idiots in their first term.
Maybe they should just stop talking and shut up for a while. You know, maybe they should just.
I don't think Cortez can shut her pie hole. I just don't think it's possible.
See, just think of this though. She's got to run for re-election in 2020. Her term
not that far ahead though.
No, I'm just saying is she only has 2 years. Like Congress, like House Representatives only having a 2-year term, I think is both good and bad. It's good for those like her. It's bad for maybe certain ones you want in for a little bit longer, make some lasting changes. But yeah, we need term limits. Anyways,
how much trouble would I be in if I said that that AOC and Ilhan Omar are perfect examples of why you don't use Scrabble bags to pick as your guide for voting?
For naming our children. Is that what you're gonna say?
No, it's more so it's what happens when participation trophies get a little crazy.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Cortez with her crazy ideas got an 80% vote in her district. Like she didn't even have to like try that hard. She just won.
Yeah, she just had to dance on a roof.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Just had to be young and hot and crazy.
Yeah. Let's see here. I'm going to see here what Omar.
Did anyone hear about what's her name stepped down from the cabinet? Linda McMahon stepped down from the small business thing to head the new Trump super PAC.
Who?
Did not hear about that.
Linda McMahon, Vince McMahon's wife.
Wow.
She stepped down as she was the small business executive in the cabinet. She stepped down. She's now going to be running the Trump super PAC for his upcoming election. So, one has to wonder who's going to be the next pick. Last time Linda McMahon stepped down from a position, it was none other than Stone Cold Steve Austin. High hopes.
By the way, real quick, guys, Ilhan Omar won by 78% in her district.
Holy shit.
Wow.
Was she running unopposed or like?
No, the Republican got 22%.
Really?
Was her entire
blue district or like?
No, 340,000 votes in the Minneapolis area. So Minneapolis and part of 2 other counties.
Right.
I might get booted for this, but was her entire constituency the MSP airport?
The what?
The MSP airport. Anyone who's sponsored there knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, right.
Like I said, I might get booted for that, but
You wouldn't be able to
No,
say that in
you're fine.
Canada.
How do you
No,
get
it's
booted?
this. No, it doesn't. It's just YouTube. YouTube monitors a lot of this stuff. If you say certain words, the algorithms pick up on that.
Like what?
But oh,
Well, we're not gonna say it.
Let's say all the words.
know what not to say.
Yeah.
we'll say it off air, okay? No, it's
I
just
don't know what they are.
no. If you don't have leftist views and you're on YouTube, you're most likely not gonna get you're not gonna get the same amount of exposure as other channels. You're gonna get booted for booted in terms of strikes, some sort of community strike, some sort of terms and conditions strike. That's
Kind of like a shadow ban.
Worse in some ways.
YouTube?
Yeah, YouTube does this. So I've heard people will say like they've noticed the algorithm will pick up on like how many swear words are said, what keywords are
Oh, is
said.
that why we don't
I'm
cuss?
gonna get us booted.
No, we don't cuss because Mike Urshery's parents watch.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. All right.
What did you say?
Because Mike watches. Mike, Liberty Ginger. His parents watch it.
Who's parents?
Mike, Liberty
Yeah,
Ginger.
yeah.
On
The guy who
on
usually
Oh,
When his parents watch, we have to like keep it to like a 5 minimum, so we can't have Josh on.
Oh,
right.
we counted one time. I think like 40 some odd times he said in an hour.
Oh yeah, the night of 1,000 shits.
Yeah, he's pretty. He's
yeah,
worse
him
than
and Madness. Yeah, I was sitting there counting.
Yeah, Madness is bad too. Yeah.
There's
The
nothing.
thing about Madness is there wasn't even any words in between. It would just be like boop 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 fuck.
Anyways, we got a couple more. What the heck? Oh, we got a couple more minutes here before we got to wrap this up. But anything going on with Sarcasm and Liberty there, Jason, that you want to announce?
No, not really.
Actually,
I mean, we still exist. We're growing every day, and we're putting out cool content. We're not even trying to make money. We probably should try.
We probably. Yeah.
We
If I
probably
could,
could make some money. Who knows?
Go ahead, Michael.
Need help.
if I could pick that up, I am actually Sarcasm and Liberty. It's what I'm basically running. It was a joint effort, of course. I'm running the March Madness tournament, and the winner of this March Madness tournament is who Sarcasm and Liberty is going to campaign for the 2020 election. And
Right.
you know, we have such great names as Harambe, Godzilla, Egg McMuffin.
Dwight Schrute.
You know,
Yeah, Dwight Schrute is moving up.
I don't know how he's still in there. Austin Peters
Yeah,
is
he
still
beat
in
Josh
there.
Smith. He beat Giant Douche.
Yep.
I just want to say thank
w-
you guys for having me on, and if
Yeah.
you need help with stuff, let me know if I can.
Okay.
Thanks for coming on. It's cool.
Yeah.
More the merrier.
So, you know, like I said, we've been running that March Madness tournament. So there's been a lot of different polls, if you've seen on Sarcasm and Liberty. So that's basically what it's for. The winner of that tournament, we will be endorsing for the 2020 election because, let's be honest, we're not going to actually endorse any of the assholes running.
Yeah.
Right. So yes. So what he's saying is correct. That is. Thank you for reminding me. That is the master plan.
The
is
master
to,
plan.
Yeah, to have a candidate that we're gonna endorse. You know.
Yeah.
We ran Tide Pods for LNC chair in 2018, and he didn't make the debates, unfortunately. But I am also, there's also a Godzilla for President 2020 page that you should go follow and like, because he's a major contender. He's probably going to go neck and neck with Harambe when all is said and done.
Yeah.
I mean, just imagine, guys, for Ancapistan to come true, we just need Godzilla.
Please, let it happen.
He's running on it. Godzilla is running on a legalized recreational nukes platform. So
Godzilla 20.
He's got my vote. I mean, I'm torn between him and Harambe.
Yeah, I'm going with Harambe, but I can't argue with the mutually assured destruction because that makes good economics, right?
Exactly.
Broken windows.
He got the Keynesian vote.
Exactly.
Anyways,
a giant meteor hasn't entered the bracket.
Giant meteor got bumped.
Chuck Norris beat the giant meteor.
I know, yeah, right.
That was the highlight of our tournament so far. Chuck Norris
What about
defeated the giant meteor?
What about Cthulhu?
Is Cthulhu still in the running?
I don't think so. I think Cthulhu lost to Jordan Peterson.
Oh my God!
So Jordan Peterson's
Are you saying he slayed the mythical beast?
Awesome.
Oh, speaking of Jordan Peterson, the most recent really good clean your room catchphrase by Jordan Peterson is T, the letter T. Somebody posted from his site T. It was his Covfefe moment.
No, what that is? That's the capital T. That's the time to get out, but it means they're serious this time.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for joining us on the stream today. Although it's all over the place, it's fun anyways. Check out Sarcasm Liberty on Twitter as well as on Facebook, and of course, like, comment, and subscribe on this channel. Follow everyone that's here. We've got the Annoyed Monarchist Otter. We've got Justine, Michael Lancello, and someone else. No, Jason, of course.
Someone else.
And someone else. And of course, myself, Amos Joseph, the host tonight. We will see you all guys on Wednesday, hopefully.